honestly very tough. But for me, this is what I've done for I'm not answering your question yet, but I'm saying what I'm doing at the moment. I told my daughters, you can bring in anybody back, you know, you can, but preferably it must be a Buddhist. That condition, I plant the seed very early part of their, when they were kids. A lot of parents don't do this. And they come back different race, different race. And that's where you get a lot of headache. So sometimes we must precondition our kids. It's about preconditioning your kids. This is called preconditioning. It's good to keep repeating that and tell your kids. Of course, things may go off the tangent also, but chances are you have a better chance. So you need to keep telling those of you who are younger kids that, you know, if later when you go to college, universities, you meet with somebody, our preference is better still Buddhist. And if they've been to Sunday school, they have the same values, you know, easier to build a families. We all have the same values. It's easier to talk to many and understand things. So I told that to my daughters. You can bring back an Angmo, I don't care, but the Angmo must be a Buddhist. If not a Buddhist, at least a sympathizer. You may not be believing in Buddhism, but at least don't stop you from. That's important. Now, in the case of different race may not be, to me, it's still not a big issue for me. For me, big issue is religion. And if the religion happens to be not Buddhism, then I'm a little bit concerned. But then again, you can only concern. Choice is still their choice. So if they're 21 years old and they want to marry somebody or other, what can you do? Technically, legally, they are not wrong. They can make their own choices. Of course, we get frustrated because how can my kids the last 15 years go to Sunday school, now married a Christian or now married a Muslim or whatever. It's unfortunate, I mean, from our perspective of this, but you know, if they have not gone into the path of marriage, I think it's important for us as Buddhist parents to sit down with them and have a good talk. And maybe even in the current condition like this, to state your expectation. Now, you can only state your expectation, leave it to them to make up their own mind, do their own analysis, do their own reflection, and make their own decisions. But a lot of time, things fail in our family because we never state our expectations. So part of being a good parent is you must state your expectation. Of course, the rest you have to leave karma take its own course. But you must state your expectation. What you see as a good one, what you see as an ideal one, what you see as what you desire, prefer. Things may go wrong, like I said, but at least you should not go too far. So for me, I've seen a lot of Buddhist, even Buddhist leaders, Buddhist committee, Buddhist society, and their children become Christian, they marry Christian, and then the wife also become Christian. No, the only person is a Buddhist is he himself. And we think we are so great by telling the world, no, we practice freedom one. I don't think that's, for me, I don't think we have stated our expectation clearly. If you're a leader in the family, which means your father or mother, you state the expectation, you set the direction. Things can go wrong, of course, but most of the time, if you do that clearly, children tend to fall within that direction. Anytime they go off the direction, you push them back. That's what we need to do. So if your son or daughter brings somebody of a different race, you might want to sit down and have a chat. It's not marriage yet. Anyway, you still got hope. Just sit down and have a good chat and say, are you sure you want to marry this Angmo? And one day, if the relation goes, and is that what you want? Are you sure you want to marry this African? Are you sure you want to marry this Chinese from mainland China? I mean, it can be any race, any country, any religion. I think we need to sit down and talk. So I do not know what issue you have, but if that's the issue, if there's still chance and opportunity to sit down and have a good chat. If you have not come to that stage yet, younger parents, please state your expectation of what you want your kids to be. What one day you see as a preferred son-in-law, daughter-in-law, or friends, boyfriend, girlfriends. I think it's important to do that. So again, it could be a very specialized problem there or issue there to be addressed. But I wish just answer that way. I'm sorry, I don't have the direct answer. Any other last question?